A black police officer versus the Ku Klux Klan? Controversy at its finest. I'm Kyle Peck, and this is Psyrex Productions. If you like my film reviews and videos, please like and subscribe to Psyrex Productions, or you can follow me at facebook.com/Psyrex Productions. In addition, I will be involved in my next theatrical production called Othello by William Shakespeare at Big Idea Theater in Sacramento, California, located on 1616 Del Paso Boulevard from September 28th to October 27th. The core of this play revolves around Othello, a black man or more who rose through the ranks of general and celebrates the defeat of the Turks on the island of Cyprus. Little did he know that his most trusted lieutenant Iago would plant seeds containing lies that spirals events into chaos. Tickets range from $12 to $18 in advance or $12 to $22 at the door, and most shows are on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights, all of which start at 8 p.m. For more information, go to www.bigideatheater.org. An explorer of race relations and racism, director, writer, and producer Spike Lee returns in full swing with an interpretation of the memoir BlacKkKlansman by Ron Stallworth, the first black detective in the Colorado Springs Police Department, where he infiltrated the local Ku Klux Klan there in 1972. Now, Spike Lee has been known to revolve his entire career around political and social issues that are relevant and controversial in today's world. But does this film push things too far, or has it hit the sweet spot? Time to roll back time with my review of the outrageous biography, BlacKkKlansman. BlacKkKlansman is a biographical comedy drama, written, produced, and directed by Spike Lee, based on the 2014 memoir BlacKkKlansman by Ron Stallworth, the first hired black police officer in the Colorado Springs, Colorado Police Department, and is portrayed by actor John David Washington, where his journey sets out to infiltrate and expose in his town the local chapter of the white supremacist organization known as the Ku Klux Klan. Stallworth does this by impersonating a racist white man over the phone, where it eventually leads to talking with Topher Grace's David Duke, aka the Grand Wizard, who implores to meet him face to face, leading Stallworth to have fellow detective Flip Zimmerman, played by Adam Driver, to play the physical form of Stallworth's white voice. Known for films such as She's Gotta Have It, Malcolm X, and Inside Man, this current decade has had Spike Lee expand more into television, music videos, and even the sports video game NBA 2K16. But he's finally back in film form with a film that is a serious racial crime thriller, an entertaining character-driven undercover cop comedy, and a terrifyingly complex propaganda-centric drama, all wrapped into one entity. And while some details inspired by Stallworth's memoir may or may not have been skewed in the process, Lee never shies away from his direction in charismatic storytelling to engage multiple points of controversy. The film's first minutes as Alec Baldwin as Dr. Kennebrew Beauregard giving a bloated, ominous speech who occasionally forgets his lines as he reads dialogue off his script, Corey Hawkins as National Civil Rights Leader Kwame Ture candidly giving a speech at a local black college rally about political oppression and cinema that made him internalize racism as a child by rooting for Tarzan against Native Africans, and the stark contrasts between all the Klansmen having house parties celebrating D.W. Griffith's pro-Klan 1915 propaganda film The Birth of a Nation, and pop legend Harry Belafonte as Jerome Turner, who recounts the actual horrors that were inspired by that film, are all heightened cornerstone countermeasures that Lee wants audiences to see that nothing has really changed in the face of racism, even from 4 decades ago. The film itself may not be as engaging for public audiences, but there are absolutely breathless and hard-hitting performances by its entire ensemble and main cast, supplemented with Lee's various B-story plotlines that more than make up for the various political standpoints, including actress Laura Harrier as Colorado Springs activist Patrice Dumas, who ends up in a complicated relationship with Stallworth and during certain turns of events realizes that he is working for the very enemy that her activist ways is up against, like the police. The Klansmen themselves are exposed and depicted as high-rising personality drugged mockers, which ranges by the relationships of others from stupid to dangerous, and makes the manipulation aspect of its entire story that much stranger and crazier, especially during Stallworth's and Flip's tag team onset and offset conversations with its local members of the Klan, who know that their aggressive hate pose as massive threats to everyone else. Speaking of which, John David Washington and Adam Driver perform very well together as the pair. While John David Washington, father of Denzel Washington and good friend of Spike Lee, gives the most honest, naturalistic, and manipulative performance of a lifetime in his recent return to acting, Adam Driver fits the shoes of another person's made-up shoes. And even though the film reveals along the way that he is Jewish, it stands to reason that not everyone is politically racist. Overall, BlacKkKlansman is a discomforting yet thought-provoking piece of art, mixed with sharp, dry humor and amazing performances, but it's also one of Spike Lee's best films, rivaling even his own films like Malcolm X, in which the power of racism continues to rise as a major topic of controversy with Lee's visual style of smart cinematic trickery. I give BlacKkKlansman 9 out of 10 stars. I'm Kyle Peck, and regardless of what your viewpoints are with this film, at the very least, allow your voice to be heard.